What's up, YouTube? Eric back again after almost a year, doing a review, and this time I'm going to do a review on a figure that should have been released in America, but probably won't, especially after BotCon. They haven't said anything about it yet. Animated Blackout. He is a helicopter, not the Cybertronian mode that was on the cartoon. This is in reference, I guess, it's an homage to the movie character Blackout. Even though movie Blackout, the toy was blue, not too sure about what color he was on the movie though. I think actually he might have been blue in the movie. I really don't remember him. But this to me seems more like a reference, a nod to Grinder from Revenge of the Fallen. They're both tan. Although this is like more of a darker tan, I'll have comparisons. But pretty good helicopter mode, pretty well armed. Minigun, and these do move. Probably more for the robot than anything else. Some missiles up here, and he does have the purple Decepticon logo, which most animated figures don't have. And this is his tail section, which is supposed to fire off a disc. Mine does, but it goes really far, and I don't feel like dealing with it. The only problem I see is the underside. It's not really, I think these are supposed to be wheels, but they don't do a real good job at it. He still, rests on a table just fine, but I'd rather have some wheels. So, size comparison, he is a Voyager. He is about, the same size as movie Starscream. From the first movie, so it's a pretty good size actually. I think, I know that the movie Blackout mold is longer than him, but I don't have my Grinder transformed, so just take my word on it. Okay, to get started with the transformation, it's really easy. The first thing you want to do is take off this. Let's see, it's not doing it for me on camera. You just take that off, and that becomes his weapon later on. Bring this up, and as soon as you bring that and snap that in, that back part with his rotors flips out. So you kind of push those back, and almost there actually. You take his legs, fold them out, get his little claw feet up, and he has some other claws back here for his heels. And almost finished. Now what you want to do is you want to take this. Actually, you can just pull on his arms and split that apart. Bend these back. Pull his arms down, actually. Bend this back. And push it together. Give it a nice little squeeze. And there you go. And you could pull his hands out, of course. You want to do that. Here we go. And his other hand comes out, too. What I do like about him... and you flip these around and pretty much got yourself Blackout right here. Now, I really do like this figure, even though his head doesn't move for some reason. It's stationary. His claws right here, they're on a joint, which I think is pretty good. And even though he has that animated feel, you still kind of get that movie vibe from him, especially from the claws, because I don't know, for some reason it just screams movie Blackout to me. Even though movie Blackout didn't have the claws. Actually, for comparison's sake, let me adjust the camera now. For a comparison's sake, here's a Grinder, whatever, and they actually look. You could tell that he's based off of this mold. Oops, almost dropped him. He's based off this mold. A lot of the details are the same, especially the rotors kind of forming like bug wings on the back, and the face sculpt of the two of them isn't that much the same aside from the crest. He looks like he has a mustache where it's just a lot of black in there. I guess he kind of has it too. I don't know. But they both have the chest that's in the cockpit and all that different stuff. So, he's a pretty good figure. Let me get this guy out of the way. And he's a really good homage. For some reason, I'm a sucker for the homages in animated to the movie line, and then in the movie line to animated, kind of like how they did with what's his name, Lockdown. I have both the Lockdown modes actually. So for his weapon, you just kind of, I think it goes in this way. You kind of push it in and it sticks, and it really does look kind of big and bulky looking, but Blackout himself is pretty big and bulky, so it works to a degree. You don't really need to have the weapon on it, but I'd probably, I don't know, probably lose it or something. So his articulation is pretty good. You know, all his moves, knees. He doesn't have any weight. Oh wait, yeah, he does. I'm just okay. He has waist rotation too. So and you know, he looks pretty big and bulky and top heavy, but he actually can get some really good poses. He's real stable. So yeah, the only downside to this guy is probably the price that you're gonna have to pay, because if you want to get him imported, it might run you about $60, maybe 70. I'm not sure how much it is now. Chances of Hasbro releasing this guy is very, very slim. I'm still keeping my fingers crossed that they actually release Rodimus. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, that's about it for him. He's really small for Voyager. You know, in case I didn't point that out, he's almost deluxe size. It's just that he's so big and bulky. You know, much the same way that he is. He's small for Voyager too. So can't really get mad at Animated for doing that, because the toy that it's based off is small too. Yeah, so in case you can't tell, I really like this figure. I highly recommend him. If you want to wait for Hasbro to release him, be my guest. Probably won't happen. But I honestly do think, despite the fact that his head can't move, I honestly do think that he is worth about $60. I'd gladly pay for him again. So that's Eric. I'm out, and peace out, YouTube.